welcome to a very special episode of Shelly's Game Kitchen. Some people, they talk about once-in-a-lifetime hunts. I'm going to talk about a once-in-a-lifetime cook. And when Jana Waller Bair calls you up and says, are you interested? The answer is always going to be absolutely. We're going to cook some of her Tundra Swan. So, once-in-a-lifetime cook. I'm super excited about this. Beautiful Tundra Swan. You want to treat this kind of like goose. Young ones and old ones, all of them have, the older ones are a little bit tougher than the younger ones. So I am brining this first. A lot of times people don't realize though, because it's a waterfowl that's migratory, so it's a red meat bird, and you can cook it to medium rare. This is one of those things that a lot of people get confused with, is they're thinking it's poultry. Well, it's a migratory bird, so you cook it like a red meat. So we're going to do that medium rare. And then also remember, you want to cut against the grain. So when it's raw, you can see which direction the grain is going. So when you're going to cut this, you're going to cut on a bias. Brine it, cook it to medium rare, cut it on the bias rather than with the grain. You'll have a more tender bite. Brad and I picked some wild strawberries and we froze them. It takes a long time to get enough to do anything with because they're so small. And then I'm going to do a little star anise in with that and just a little maple syrup and water and create a glaze. So we're going to hot sear that Tundra Swan breast and then I'm going to glaze it and pop it in the oven. I'm going to serve it with some quinoa and I'm going to cook the quinoa in a little stock and then I'm going to serve that tossed with some kale. Then I'm going to saute kale and red bell pepper, calabacita squash, which is just another word for small squash. So it's like a zucchini or yellow crookneck squash, along with some leek. So let's get going on this once-in-a-lifetime cook.
I used 4 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, 1 tablespoon peppercorns, 5 cardamom pods, and 1 bay leaf to 1 cup of hot water. Let it steep like tea for 30 minutes off the heat, then remove the silver skin from the breast. Add the steeped brine to 3 cups of ice water, and then pour it over the meat. A 2-day brine will be best for this Tundra Swan, then a 2-hour acidic marinade. I've used champagne, but orange or pineapple juice would be a good alternative. Go ahead and add some aromatics as well, like garlic and onion. One thing about the leek is you only want to use the white parts and the light green parts, but don't ever throw that other part away. This is awesome for your trim bag in the freezer, and when I make stock, I have all of that trim, including the leek. It's amazing. Cut it in half, and I'll keep that stem on because then I can wash it run it under cold water and get all of the dirt that might be in those leaves, which they can be kind of dirty. So after rinsing, let it drain dry, then remove the stem and small dice the leek and set aside. Do the same with the red bell pepper. With the kale, remove it from the stem and chop the leaves into small bite-sized pieces. For the calabacita, cut into medium dice, but keep it separate because we'll add it later. To the strawberries, add 2 tablespoons pure maple syrup with 3 tablespoons water and reduce to a glaze. Add oil to a hot pan and start with the leeks first with a pinch of salt and pepper and saute until softened. Then add the kale and red bell pepper with another pinch of salt. I have 2 cups of stock boiling. Add your salt, then 1 cup of quinoa and cook for 15 minutes. After the kale is softened, you can add the calabacita with another pinch of salt and pepper. Let it saute until everything is cooked through to your liking. Once the quinoa is done, add it to your vibrant sauteed veg and taste for seasoning. These earthy flavors are going to pair great with the strawberry glazed swan. When you take brine, you want to pat it dry. You can see that brine really drew out the blood, the myoglobin. So that's also a secret to really make fantastic tasting waterfowl. Now that we've patted it dry, I'm going to coat it with my seasoned salt for everything. Both sides. Now we're ready to sear it in a hot pan. Okay, got our pan hot. Let's go in with a significant amount of oil. You want to coat the bottom of that pan because this is so lean and we want a hot, fast sear. You can see it smoking, go in. Oh yeah. I always put it on a parchment lined sheet pan because I don't want to clean up the glaze off of my pan. Okay, we've got our glazed Tundra Swan out of the oven. I'm pretty happy with that. I plate down some of our quinoa, perfectly medium rare. It is very dark red meat. I think that's gotta be mine. Yep. I'm gonna add some more of the glaze. Strawberry glazed Tundra Swan over quinoa with calabacita squash, kale, red bell pepper, and leeks.